Today we'll be looking at volume of a cylinder. But before we look into that, let's look at what is the meaning of volume. And apart from that, we also like to compare the meaning of volume and capacity of a solid. Now, when we talk about volume, we are looking at the amount of space a solid occupies. That is the amount of space it has. Take a look at this cylinder. The amount of space it occupies is the volume of this solid. While the capacity is the total amount of liquid we can put into this container. Look at this. This container, as it is 100 milliliters, I can pour this water into it up to 60 milliliters. So the volume of water I have in this container is 60 milliliters, while its capacity is 100 milliliters. I believe you can differentiate between the two right now. So how do we now measure it? How do we calculate it? That's what we want to learn in this video. So let's get started. This is a cylinder. This is a cylinder. It has circular base and circular top. A cylinder is a special prism. A prism is a solid that has the same shape as the bottom and at the top. So in that case, you're going to use the volume of a prism to determine, derive the volume of a cylinder. Volume of prism is the base area multiplied by the height of the prism. So in that case, if this is a prism, so we can as well use this to determine the volume of this cylinder. So in that case, we're going to have volume of a cylinder will then be the base area, the area of the base of this cylinder. The cylinder is in form of a circle. It's in form of what? A circle. Is that right? So meaning that we must calculate the area of this circle here, which is what? Pi r squared. After that, the height multiplied by the height, which means area of the base, that is area of a circle, right? Multiplied by the height of the what? Cylinder. So that means we're going to have area of the circle, which is what? Pi r squared, multiplied by what? The height of this what? Cylinder. So in that case, it will be pi r square what? H. Hope that is clear to you. So that is the formula for calculating the volume of a cylinder. So the next stage is for us to now look at examples. So we look at examples. So we start with the first example. So the first example is this. Calculate the volume of this shape. The first question you ask yourself is, what is this shape? This shape is a what? Cylinder. And we've just discovered that volume of a cylinder is pi r square what? H. Where pi, sometimes the exam will be specific on the values you must use for your pi. Make sure you follow the instructions strictly. But in this case, we're not given any values. In that case, we can use any value of our choice. So I can make use of 22 divided by 7. Now, looking at the diagram here, the radius is 7 centimeters. While the height of the cylinder is 21 centimeters. That means the radius 7 multiplied by 7 multiplied by the height, which is what? 21. So that means we're going to have, we can have this divided by 1 divided by 1. 7, we cancel this 7. So we have 22 multiplied by 7 multiplied by what? 21. So when you multiply this together, 3,234 centimeters cube. Don't forget that volumes are measured in cubic units. They are measured in cubic units. That is the first example. Let's look at the second example. This is example 2. Calculate the height of a cylinder with radius 4 centimeters and a volume of 1020 centimeters cube. So in this case, it's quite different from the first example that we just did. Here, you are given the volume and you are also given the area. You are looking for the height. So the first thing you should do as a student is firstly, the volume of the cylinder is pi r squared what? H. Then where pi, we're not given the value of pi. Don't forget what I told you. You can make use of any value of your choice. So here I'm going to use 3.14 for my pi. Then the radius is given to be 4 centimeters. While the volume V is also given to be 1020 centimeters cubed. While the height is what we are looking for. So in that case, we're going to put the values of these variables into this formula. So we have the formula. The first thing is V. What value of our V is 1000. Let me use that. Is 1020 centimeters. 1020. The pi, which is 3.14 multiplied by the radius is squared. That is 4 squared multiplied by the height, which we don't know. That's what we're looking for. So in that case, we have this 1020. We multiply this 50.24 H. So what are we looking for? We're looking for H. So what we need to do is to eliminate 50.24. This has led us to simple equation. So in this case, we divide both sides of the equation by 50.24, 50.24. So this, we cancel this. So we then have H to 20.3. Now, we can round it up to 20 centimeters. So we can say, therefore, the height of the cylinder is 20 centimeters. That's all.